Hello, today's reading is for Libra. Libra, welcome to the table. It's December 2022 and I'm an intuitive reader. I will do a reading for you. It'll be done in real time. No editing. I've pre-shuffled the cards, but I will shuffle them again for you. These flowers are from my garden. They're freshly picked. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you're getting ready for Christmas, Libra. It's all getting closer and closer. A little bit nervous. It always makes me a little bit nervous and anxious. All the things that I think I've done and then suddenly I remember I've got something else to do. Okay, I use a 10 card spread, so 10 along the top row, 10 along the bottom row. I talk about those cards as they come out. Then I overlay them with the second deck. I talk about those cards as they come out, and then I pull the whole reading together towards the end. Any messages I feel that you need to know, or any warnings or advice, I will draw to your attention. This will be the past, the present, and the near future. One more shuffle and off we go. Okay, 8 of Swords, upright, the Lovers upright, the Moon in reverse, Page of Wands in reverse, and the 5 of Swords in the upright position. In the bottom row we've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Empress, 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles in reverse, the Queen of Swords in the upright position. I'll show you the bottom of the deck. I'll show you first. Oh, we have Death. Okay. Don't be alarmed for any of you that are frightened of this card. The rose at the top on the flag represents resurrection rather than a literal death. Okay, now we've got the 8 of Wands. It's feeling trapped, feeling a bit trapped, feeling a bit hemmed in. Worries perhaps about things that you've been thinking about for some time probably. You've got the Lovers. So this Lovers card is usually about a decision or a union of the conscious and the subconscious mind. They're the two figures represented there. It can also mean a soulmate. If it's a soulmate card, it's about the two of you pulling each other to the top and not knocking each other down in any way, always lifting each other up. Otherwise it can be a decision. The Moon in reverse. So the Moon can be about illusions, things you don't know, things that are hidden from you, things that you think about in the night perhaps when you dream. Page of Wands is a creative new energy, starting somebody with a youthful new energy or a youthful new project. So it's more something that you may have recently started, and that's the feeling I'm getting. Five of Swords. It's not exactly the nicest card in the deck, and you can see on the energy, even on the clouds alone, it's not the happiest energy. It's perhaps, maybe you've had to leave something behind. It's very much a case of perhaps leaving something sad behind, or of having had some time of sorrow. It can also mean slander and gossip and, sharp words. It can be about fights. People having said hurtful things perhaps. Okay, got the Ace of Pentacles. This is a beautiful card. This is in your recent past, but we may not be quite there yet. So this is a lovely card, new energy coming in, money from the cosmos, from the divine, a whole new start, a whole new opportunity, I should say anyway, so that's a good thing. Got the Empress in reverse. Very bountiful, very fertile, very creative, a homemaker, a loving mother, a loving wife, a loving partner, a loving auntie, can be a loving sister, can be any one of those things. Okay, she's in reverse. And we'll talk about that as we go further into the reading. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles can mean nostalgia, can also mean taking a pause or a rest, having worked hard, reflecting on what you're doing with your finances or your investment, deciding what to do. If it's a decision about, if you are concerned about your pentacles and thinking of an investment, be careful you don't invest the whole lot. Invest what you can afford to lose. Six of Pentacles, having sufficient money to share, having sufficient money to be able to make a small contribution to other people's interests or perhaps a donation. So that's wealth. So it's in a downward way and in a negative thing. So be careful here with an investment that you don't end up losing your money. Be careful that way you'd be left with only the Six of Pentacles. So only invest what you can afford to lose in something risky, okay? If it sounds too good to be true, it possibly is too good to be true. Here we've got the Queen of Swords. This is kind of you, Libra, because you always know the truth. You always expect the truth as well, and people don't always deliver the truth. Truthful words, truthful thoughts, sharp thinking, clear-mindedness. I'm not quite sure how this relates. We'll go along to the next row and then we'll see what we can find. We clarify the next row for Libra, please. Next row for Libra. So we've got the Eight of Swords. This could also mean some sort of regret, perhaps, of things you've said or your thoughts. It's just what I got just then. So, you know, sometimes you can regret your thoughts or your actions. Oh, there we go. We've got two. Okay. Just put the cards down. So you've got the World. World came out first. The World and Temperance. So the World in reverse and Temperance in the upright position. I'll turn her up so you can see the right one. Okay, so the World in reverse, it's coming to the end of a cycle. So that's a good thing. Temperance is healing. So whatever you've been through here, whatever's left you feeling trapped and bound in the circumstances that you've been in for probably some time, because it does have a sort of especially her bindings in this case to me feel they feel old. I don't know why I say that, that's just what I'm feeling today. Her bindings feel like they've been there a long time. So you're coming to the end of a cycle, lots of healing there, so that's a good thing. It's a wonderful energy. Beautiful. Okay, let's clarify the Lovers here. Like I said, I'm not quite sure whether that's a connection, a new connection, an old connection, or whether it's the blending of the subconscious and the conscious mind, or whether it's a decision. Let's clarify the Lovers. Okay, Ace of Swords. I think it may be a decision. It could be, but it's a sort of a breakthrough. So if you put the two together, it's kind of a breakthrough up the middle. You see there's a mountain here and a mountain in the background there. So some sort of a breakthrough, I think. You've made some sort of a breakthrough. Maybe a breakthrough between meshing of your conscious and your subconscious mind. That could be the case. Because I'm not getting a decision now. Now I'm feeling that you've made some sort of a breakthrough. And again, the angel has this sort of radiant crown as well. You see there's a crown on the sword, and the angel's wearing this sort of flaming crown. I do think you've made some sort of a breakthrough, a mental breakthrough or a spiritual breakthrough perhaps. Let's clarify the Moon. So the Moon can also be about decisions. You know, things that you worry about in the night, decisions you've made, reflecting on them overnight, trying to find a middle path. You've got the two animals there. And the lobster comes from the water, and he's trying to find his way, to illumination. Now, when I say he or she in these readings, the cards are gender neutral. It's the energy they're trying to portray to you. So don't take any offence if I say he, she, they. It's the energy that the card is trying to portray, not sort of taking it literally. Okay, Two of Wands. This is in reverse. But you can see he's sort of he's taken the first few steps here of a creative project. I think he's made a breakthrough and he's started the journey. He started some sort of a journey. Even like the lobster has started a journey. And I think here you are, having started the journey. Let's clarify the Page of Wands. Page of Wands has his little feather in his cap. He's feeling reasonably confident, I'd say. So that's a card of some sort of confidence, even though perhaps you've only taken the first step or the first few steps. There's a growing confidence, perhaps. It can mean sexual energy, but I'm not feeling that in this case. There would be a young sexual energy, somebody starting out with their sexual life. But I'm not sort of getting that impression today. I'm sort of feeling that it's more of a creative project that you've started. I was very drawn to the feather in the cap. Okay, Three of Cups. Some celebrations. It's a nice energy. Lovely. Some reason to celebrate, perhaps. That you've made some sort of a breakthrough here in your, looks like your conscious and your subconscious mind. You've sort of, something's come to rest. Perhaps there's a sort of a sense of peace within you. It looks like you've got time to celebrate, so that looks good. Let's clarify these Five of Swords. Oops. Oh, there's quite a lot of cards there. Oh no, only two. I'll take those. Okay, we've got the Emperor in reverse. I'll show you the Emperor first. Emperor in reverse. Now, Emperor is very powerful, very rigid, very controlling, inflexible. He has a lot of power because he's got total control of everything, but he's also not very flexible. So perhaps that person has inflicted some harm. Could be the case. Inflicted some harm. Said some painful things. Felt they had the right to say painful things, perhaps. Felt quite within their right, because an Emperor feels very entitled if he's in the reverse position, and he is in the reverse position. Got the Prince of Pentacles, slow moving energy coming towards you. Prosperity. Again, I'm not sure how death plays into this, so it looks like, well, here you've got the end of a cycle, so this is confirming you've got the end of a cycle. This must be referring to your resurrection state. So that's all I can see at this stage, but we'll keep going. It's always hard to sort of look at the reading initially and then draw conclusions. I'd rather look at all the cards. Ace of Pentacles, lovely energy. This just feels so new and fresh. It feels really clean. Feels like clean energy, very clean energy. New opportunities, new money perhaps. Got the Prince of Pentacles up here, so that's very good. Okay, King of Cups. This is in the reverse position. King of Cups is somebody who manipulates, somebody who actually uses all their, they play with your love. They tell you they love you, they tell you they like you, they're very kind to you one minute and pull the string the next minute and trip you over, make you feel bad. So it looks like there's some energy of that that's perhaps connected with this card here. That could be the case. The Eight of Swords. I'll keep going. Now the bottom row tends to accentuate some of the energy on the top row. I never consider this as the main part of the reading, but it does give me more insight as to what's going on along the top. The Empress. Okay, this should be you, Libra. This is a natural energy for a Libra, along with the Queen of Swords. She's in reverse. So we'll see if we can clarify the Empress in reverse. Very nurturing and very loving. Wearing her crown, she has a spiritual crown as well. Okay, so she has high intuition, gentleness and kindness. She radiates love. Radiates love. Okay, 3 of Wands. Okay, now this can be travel. Broadening your horizons is what I'd really say here. Broadening your horizons. Stepping into a new energy. You know, it's almost like your ships have come in. I'm not quite sure whether it looks like ships going out or ships coming in. But you're broadening your horizons. Let's clarify the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. You can see he's resting, and this is taking time to appreciate what you've achieved as well. So if you've achieved success financially, or in, you know, with your values, you feel you're in a secure place, then actually you do need to have a little time to celebrate. You need to celebrate the things you've achieved, the things you've worked hard for, the things you have struggled for. Clearly you've had some struggles and you feel completely trapped. You felt completely trapped. You've made this breakthrough. So, you know, this card is also asking you to take time to look at what you've achieved. You've put in the hard work. Give yourself some congratulations for that. Let's clarify the 7 of Pentacles, please. Take a little rest. Ooh, the Devil. Okay. The Devil's in the upright position in this case. I'm not quite sure how that ties in. We'll have a look. I'll leave that one alone for a little bit, because the Devil is always talking about some sort of feeling trapped. You know, you could be here again. This is the same sort of energy, but in a different version. There you're on your own. That's trapped in your mind. And this one is trapped by somebody else, or trapped with more than one person. So somehow somebody else or other people have contributed to you feeling trapped. You've got healing there, and you've got this, you know, this, I'd say you're not quite there yet, but you're almost finished the cycle. So I'm not getting the feeling that you're trapped with this money. That's not giving that feeling to me. This feels more like an emotional trap to me, rather than the things you've worked for. Well, we'll clarify that as we go along. Can we clarify the 6 of Pentacles, please? 6 of Pentacles. If you were feeling that you didn't have enough money, or that you barely had enough money to cope with everything, I think that's going to change. It looks like you've worked hard to change that situation. I'm hoping that that's finished. Let's clarify the 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles for Libra, please. Oops, there we go. Oh no, he's come out sideways. All right. When they come out sideways, I'm going to leave him sideways. I'll let you have a look at him. So this is a highly creative energy in terms of fertility, or highly sexual energy as well. So somebody rushing in, not staying the distance necessarily, somebody coming in to take what they want sexually, but otherwise it's a highly fast-moving creative energy, rapid changes. It's on sideways, so I'm not quite sure how that applies. But it's underneath the Page of Wands. So underneath the Page of Wands, I do think that there's going to be an acceleration in the speed of whatever project you started. Perhaps you want it to go faster. That could be the case too. But I'm leaving it sideways. I'll clarify that as we go along. Let's clarify the Queen of Swords, please, for Libra. Clarify the Queen of Swords for Libra. Okay, Four of Swords. Four of Swords is taking a rest, recovery from illness. Receiving a blessing. Receiving something from the cosmos. You know, this can be a gift from the cosmos where, you know, your spirit guides have recognised how hard you've worked, how tired you are, how much pain and suffering you've been through. Okay, I'll have a quick look at the reading and then I will clarify the cards that I think require a little bit of extra. So here I definitely think the things that have kept you completely trapped. This cycle I think has completely finished. I think here you've got beautiful transformative energy. And again, these are resurrection symbols. You've got the death here, so that's a resurrection symbol as well. The lilies growing out of the mud. All hope, an end of a cycle. I think you're not quite there yet, but you're nearly there. I think it looks to me like you've made some sort of a breakthrough between your conscious and your subconscious mind. I think the illusions, any illusions you had perhaps are gone. Any things that you felt that were hidden from you. You know, sometimes you're not quite sure what's making you feel stuck or trapped. Maybe you've had some sort of a sense of awareness of what's been causing the problem, or sometimes it's just let loose over time, something just loosens. That's in reverse, but I'm still getting a positive energy from it. I'm still feeling that's quite positive. Again, here this is sort of, wanting to expand your horizons. Can you see he's got the boats there, the ships there as well? So this section can indicate travel for those of you who are thinking about travelling or moving overseas. The money's here. It could be a job offer. I'm not necessarily feeling a job offer. I'm not picking up that energy at all. Perhaps you're just thinking about travelling. That could be the case. But either way, expanding your horizons looks like it's coming into you. Maybe you weren't aware how trapped you were. That can be the case too. Sometimes you're not aware of how enslaved you are to a situation. Now, this enslavement can be enslaved to a character, personality. You can be enslaved to a family member or several family members. You can be trapped by what they require from you. You can be trapped by work. Overwork, too much work. You can be trapped by worries. You can be trapped by alcohol, drugs, sex, anything, gambling, any one of those things, okay? This energy here with the Prince of Wands moving sideways, perhaps you're wishing to go faster, but I think you're already making progress, even if it's a little bit slow. You might need to be a bit patient because you've only just had this breakthrough and you're still going through this healing, and this World card tells me you're not quite there yet. It's in reverse, so you're not quite there. So if it's going slower than you'd like it to go, I think you should just try and be a bit patient. Try and be patient. Because, it's kind of like a baby who's just learnt to walk. You can't run immediately up and down flights of stairs. This Emperor here, this energy, that's not a pleasant energy, all-powerful. This is somebody who thinks they're all-powerful as well. It can be hard as stone, hard as metal, hard as stone. They can inflict some real pain onto you. And if they've used words as well, then there would have been a lot of grief and pain and suffering with that. But that looks like it's taken time for you to move on from that situation. Okay? But you are moving on and you're making good progress. I wouldn't say you're making fast progress, but you are making progress. And, you do need to celebrate what you've achieved. Even the recognition of being trapped or enslaved by something, you need to give yourself congratulations that you've recognised that. It looks to me like you're being healed from that, so that's a good energy here. This King of Cups, down the bottom row, it should be a loving and gentle, an energy of somebody who can express their love, who knows what love means to them. But it's in the reverse, so again, this can be somebody who's manipulative and that only uses the love for their benefit. Since you've got a couple of negative energies here, and maybe you couldn't, with that energy on the table, perhaps you couldn't be the Empress that you were meant to be. Perhaps it crushed you. But no more. That looks like it's over. That's the other thing. If you've had this Emperor energy and the King of Cups, perhaps that's trapped you. And maybe you didn't feel you were the person you wanted to be, or you couldn't be the person you wanted to be. But your horizons are expanding. Okay, now you know the truth, so this is the truth. You know the truth. Continue your rest if you need it, okay? I do think you're going to get a blessing. I'm glad you know the truth. And sometimes it's really difficult to find out the truth. Maybe you're under an illusion about something, and that happens to a lot of people. That happens to, every one of us at some stage in our life. It's difficult to sometimes, there's a little bit of a fog here. Can you see the cloud? That can create a fog, and here's a mist. We've come out of the fog. Oh my goodness. Something just fell down behind me. Very strange. I have to say, I think that perhaps that's confirmation. So you've come out of the fog, which is great. I think that's a wonderful energy. I forgot to look at the bottom of the deck. I always forget to look at the bottom of the deck. I'll show you. I wasn't sure if it's in the upright position. Oh, you've got the Queen of Pentacles. How lovely. Okay. Oh. Okay, I'm taking the next three. And I'll tell you why I'm taking the next three. Sorry, 9 of Pentacles, not the Queen of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. A woman who's worked hard to achieve what she's got. She's worked hard, and you know that because of the grapes on the picture there. She can stand quite proudly. She can stand upright. She can hold her head high. She's got confidence. She engenders respect. She has worked hard. Okay, that's on the Death card. I'll put that there. Perhaps you've regained your self-respect and your sense of self-worth. You can carry your head high. She's got an eagle there. So that tells me that the spirit world knows what you've been through. You've got the Four of Wands there. And that's about a celebration, not necessarily a marriage. But you've got something to be really proud of, something to celebrate. I'm going to put that there with it because they all kind of came loose at once. And again, particularly in this deck, can you see all the half crescent moons there? That's also reflecting on your spiritual growth. And you've got Death. So that confirms that something is completely over. You've got Death on Death. So you've got two. Something is completely over. Okay. There's the sun glowing in the background. And the sun means success. So you've achieved something. Even if the sun is setting there, the sun means success. So that's a good sign. So I do think this, in this case, is probably about spiritual growth and achievement. And that's why I mentioned before that I think the fact that you've got the falcon there, that is like a spiritual growth that even nature understands. I don't know how else to describe that to you. It's the language of nature. It's when you can talk to the birds and the animals and feel completely confident that you haven't got any malice or any agenda in your heart. You just are able to communicate with them. And I think that's this sort of energy here. She's able to communicate with this animal. That animal is not frightened of her and she's not frightened of it. And that comes from confidence and knowledge and wisdom. Okay. I don't think we need to clarify any further cards. I think you found the truth. But continue to rest if you need it. It's been a rough journey by the looks of it. You're entitled to a little bit of rest. Whenever you feel like you need it, you take that little bit of rest. Your blessings are going to come to you anyway. Okay? You don't always have to work so hard. You know the truth now. There's the sword, this one here, down the bottom. You can put that down because you've discovered the truth. I'm going to leave it there, Libra. I think this is quite a nice reading. You know, there's some frightening cards on the table here. You've got the devil and the death twice. But I think that's what you've walked away from. I think you've been through a rough time. And I think you've discovered the truth. It's your consciousness has moved forward. You've risen to a higher place. You've elevated, which is great. That's very hard to do. You've transcended something. Wonderful. Bye for now, Libra. Thank you for watching. Bye.